Hey YouTube, it's Dr. B here. Once again, welcome back to my channel. I have my coconut oil on. I just got out of the shower and washed my hair, so my hair is still a bit damp. Anyway, this is my second time recording this video. Let me just tell you what I'm drinking on. I have organic African nectar. I also have some water. Oh, what else is in here? A pomegranate tea, and then also, oh my goodness, what is it? Apple cider. Drinking some apple cider in here as well. I'm nibbling on raspberries and dark chocolate, made by a company called Cocoa Love. It is 55% cocoa. Once again, dark chocolate. I'm about that life. You know, the higher the percentage for me, the better. Well, not too high, because when it gets too high, then it becomes too bitter. But anyway, I have my incense going, my candles going, and I am ready to chit chat with you all today. Actually, it seems like it's so late, but it's 6 o'clock, okay? But we know that it gets darker earlier, you know, these days. Let me put my hair on this side. See my locks. For those of you who are interested, I've been growing my locks for over 5 years now. My locks, let me see if I can, this is just random. This has nothing to do with the topic at hand, okay? This is just a detour. Man, my locks are near the small of my back, okay? The longest lock is near the small of my back. So they are growing, and you know, people, you always want long hair, and then when you get long hair, it's like, Lord, because when you sleep, your hair is all over, and I don't wear anything on my head. So what I normally do, if I'm behaving myself, and if I actually want to get some rest, let me get the incense, move it over here. I'll use some sort of a rubber band, and I'll just like put my hair up, you know, throw it up, do something like this, and then like throw a rubber band in there or something like that, and then that way I can actually sleep, okay? But anyway, tonight's discussion, I promise you, it doesn't have anything to do with hair, but that was just a detour, okay? I want to talk about the title of being an independent woman, a proud independent woman, and what I think that means, and why I think it can be problematic, okay? A lot of women are proud to be independent, and I think what happens is that they find themselves in a position, like maybe, or they, in the past, they found themselves in a position where they were in relationships where they did everything. Like they took care of the bills, they took care of the kids, they worked, they cooked, they cleaned. I mean, they did absolutely everything, okay? And the man, I'm talking like you're in a relationship with an able-bodied man, okay? And the man, you know, did nothing. The man maybe stayed at home or whatever it was. He didn't contribute to the household. And so the woman at the time just found herself in a position where, you know, it was like she was in a relationship by herself. Like she had to carry the weight of the relationship. And so she's, instead of dealing with that and saying, you know what, man, you need to actually get out there and work, we just, as women, decided to create this sense of accomplishment out of maybe our failing relationship. Like, okay, well, you know, instead of saying that this relationship is an absolute fail, okay, I'm just gonna say, well, I'm an independent woman. Well, I can do it all. I can take care of the kids. I can get the bacon, and I could fry it up in the pan, and I can do this, that, and the other thing, instead of actually dealing with people who can meet us halfway versus, you know, the other way around. So I think that's what happened. And I think that's what's still happening. Like, you know, guys these days are not, child. Now, I'm speaking from, good. I'm sorry, y'all. Forgive me on my hair. I'm speaking from, let me just eat this. Man. Okay. I'm sorry. That was so good. Whew, where was I, Lord? I'm speaking from a woman who can darn sure take care of herself and do things herself. But I'm saying, like, why would you, what do you want to? Do you want to be that? Do you want to be in a relationship where you are doing 99% of the work in the relationship and that person is only doing 1%? Do you want to be in a relationship that's imbalanced? Do you want to be in a relationship where you're worn out because you're constantly doing everything? I mean, is that the goal? Is that what you want? And how is that a healthy relationship if you're the one that's doing everything? I mean, oh, let me backtrack to what I was saying before I ate that chocolate and the chocolate threw me off. Guys these days, and I'm talking about, like, I don't know, maybe even in my age group, okay? Fortunately, I have a good partner, and yes, Lord, but I'm saying that a lot of guys these days, I think they come in a couple different categories. One category is lazy so-and-sos. Like, they are looking for women that can take care of them, and women, you know, they acquiesce. They actually take care of these guys, all right? Then another category is the man that's actually like the real man. He wants to be in a relationship where he can contribute, he can add something to the relationship. But when he finds this woman that is like, oh, I'm independent, I don't need this, I don't need that, matter of fact, I don't need you. Okay, well, how is he going to contribute to that relationship? If a real man does not see how he can add to a relationship, how he can help a woman, he's not gonna be in a relationship with you. He's gonna leave. So I'm saying, you know, sometimes we're so adamant about being I'm proud, independent woman that we miss out on good relationships because we want to do it all, and it just really doesn't make any sense. If a man doesn't see where he can add to you, he's gonna leave, and he's gonna find a relationship that he can add to. So don't be so foolish, okay, and thinking that you're an independent woman, okay, fine, but you don't have to get a t-shirt saying I'm a strong independent woman. You don't have to constantly project that. Because when you feel like you have to constantly project that, really, it has something to do with, you know, maybe some insecurities, maybe something on the inside of you that you really need to deal with. Okay, you're so adamant about being strong that it scares you to be vulnerable, but the fact remains that being vulnerable is part of a relationship. It's part of opening up. It's part of receiving, and you can't receive anything unless you are actually opening up your heart to receive something. Okay, and opening up your heart is a vulnerable thing, and trusting someone else is a vulnerable thing, but actually that's what love is. Okay, and love doesn't have to make any sense. All right, when you are constantly preaching, I'm a strong, independent woman and I don't need you, you're gonna find yourself single. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with being single if that's what you want. But if you don't want to be single, then you need to change the way that you think about a partnership. Okay, you're looking for a partner. You need to look for a partner. You need to look for someone or or attract someone in your life that can actually pour into your life just like you can pour into their life. And men and women pour into each other's lives in different ways. Okay, now here's the old school side of me coming out. Women are nurturers. Okay, that is what we are. Women, you know, we're the ones that typically take care of the sick kids. We're the ones that remember, you know, granddad's birthday, grandma's birthday. That's us. We're the ones that we fill in the gaps. We actually put band-aids on things, band-aids on wounds, and kiss kids, and nurture our husbands and nurture our partners. That's what we do. Like, we are natural. We keep the house hot. We turn a house into a home. We keep the fire in the house. We set the tone. We create the atmosphere. Back in the day, we were considered like the high priest before religion took over and put a male perspective on everything. Okay, you dig back in history, you find out that actually no, the women were the ones that were considered wise. The women were the ones that were more spiritual. And so, having said that, there's just some things that we naturally have in us. We are born that way. It's the way it is. Okay, men are different. Okay, men are different than women. They're just different. They go out. Back in the day, they're the hunters, they're the gatherers. They go out. That's what they do. That's what they enjoy. They bring the kill home. We cook it up. That's just the way it is. Not to say that a man can't cook and all this other stuff like that. That is not what I'm saying. But what I am saying, though, is sometimes women, we want to go out and be the hunter and the gatherer, and then we want to come and cook it in the pan, and we want to just do everything. And a real man can't find his place in your life. And if he can't find his place, then he won't be in your life. Hello, somebody. And so I believe in balance. I believe in people staying in their lane. Like, and I'm talking about heterosexual relationships, okay? And even in homosexual relationships, you need to define what it is that you do, what you bring to the relationship, what your part is in the relationship, and then that partner or that spouse or whoever it is, they need to define specifically what they bring to the relationship, what they're going to do in the relationship. It should never be all on one person to make the relationship work, to contribute to the relationship, because that's not a relationship. That's just not. If it's just one person doing everything all the time, how is that a relationship? Okay? When you are in a balanced relationship, as a woman, you feel like you can really get into your role. You can really get into what it means to take care of a house and what it means to be a nurturer. Okay, you don't have the same worries that a man has. Okay, your worries are different. A man has different worries than a woman has. A real man is concerned about taking care of his household. A real man is concerned about paying bills. A real man has those types of worries on his mind, making sure that his household eats, okay, making sure that his household is taken care of. A woman has different concerns, making sure everyone in her household is well, making sure everyone in her household feels loved, making sure that everyone in her household feels safe and protected and nurtured and looked after, okay? These days, 21st century, people all over the place, you know, they just want to do everything they want to do. And I think that's why relationships, they just don't work. They don't work because people are all out of their lanes and doing stuff that's just far beyond what they should be doing. And it's all, people are mismatched and right and left and right, and, you know, doing 99%, other person doing 1%. Relationship is in the middle. Relationship, this person does X, Y, and Z, that person does da 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 da, and you meet in the middle. You find where your middle ground is, and it's not one person doing everything. Okay, now I know some people might not agree, you know, because there's some strong people out there that, you know, have strong views about, you know, a woman can do everything a man could do. Well, you know what? Okay. I was a police officer, and that's a guy, or typically a job for a guy, that a guy would do, I should say. But I can remember when I was a police officer, I said to myself that just because a woman can do it doesn't mean that a woman should do it. Okay? And that's just the bottom line. Just because you can do it doesn't mean you should do it. You know, just because you're capable of it doesn't mean that you need to necessarily do it. Okay? And I'm not, you know, speaking from, you know, a sexist standpoint or anything else like that. I'm just saying that what relationships lack these days is balance. And people are all out of their lane and doing stuff that they don't have any business doing in the first place. And people are, they're trying to maintain their independence, but yet trying to make a relationship work. And you can't maintain your independence and make a relationship work at the same time. Like, although you will still be you, okay, but you won't be the same you that you were prior to you entering the relationship. You should be a better you. You should be an improved you. The relationship should add to you, not take away from you. You should be a new and improved version of yourself, and not this independent, I can do it all by myself type person. Because if you're that way, then you might as well just be single. I mean, it makes sense. Why would you even bother being in a relationship or seeking a relationship if you are, you know, pro independent woman? It doesn't make sense. Okay. Anyway, some of you guys may not agree, and that's fine. I'm open to hear all sorts of opinions. This is my opinion, coming from my own experience. And so I know that, you know, it may be outdated with the 21st century, but you know what? I don't care if it's the 51st century. You know, I still have certain views, you know, at least at this particular point in time, in how I view relationships. And I think most of all, it's important to have balance. And I'm not saying that, you know, people should do what they're good at. Like, you know, if you're the champion, you can cook, then that's what you need to do. If you can't cook, you know, and you can't learn how to cook, then hopefully your partner can, okay, so that your family can eat. But, you know, I'm of the old school mindset. I think that, you know, a woman should know how to cook. Okay, a man should know how to cook, you know, for himself to survive, but a woman should know how to cook. Call me crazy, it is what it is. But you can learn how to cook. And that's not to say that a woman is gonna cook every meal all the time, but I'm just saying there's certain skills that you should have as a woman when you're talking about entering into a relationship with someone. I mean, come on now. And I'm going to get into those skills, and I think cooking is one of them, but maybe I'll get into those skills in another video. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Give me your opinions below, your feedback. Don't forget to rate and comment and subscribe and all those wonderful things. And like I said, even if you don't agree, that's fine. I love you anyway. I don't expect us all to agree on everything because we are individuals. All right, well, I'll chat with you guys later. Love you all. Bye.